So this is Druski. He's a comedian and, well, he has a problem. He's doing a comedy skit where he's pretending to be the host of a kid show. And, in kid shows, they be singing and dancing. And when I said dancing, matter of fact, that boy was dancing his ass off, but that's besides the point. Lock in. In this skit, he has a co-host, but hold on. That co-host basically has the same outfit and aesthetics as someone who actually has a kid show named Miss Rachel. Druski even puts Miss Rachel's logo up on the screen. Now, the important part is what happens next. In Druski's skit, after the singing and the dancing and all that, he starts to show what happens behind the scenes. The joke is that after a kid show, after the singing and the dancing, the host might not be as smiley as they may seem, because Druski starts to do some wild things in this video. Now, the problem arises with how some people took the skit. They saw it as an insult to Miss Rachel, because, he doing wild things behind the scenes, and the skit allegedly references Miss Rachel. Now, here's where things start to get wicked. The internet starts going wild, saying, oh, Miss Rachel's suing Druski, Miss Rachel's suing Druski. But I couldn't find anything that said Miss Rachel was actually suing Druski. See, people are assuming that Miss Rachel is suing Druski for defamation, meaning Druski made false statements about Miss Rachel and it harmed her reputation, so she's taking him to court. But I just don't think Miss Rachel would do that. For those of you that don't know, defamation lawsuits are pretty messy. Miss Rachel would have to prove that this skit harmed her reputation, but for one, kids that watch Miss Rachel's show are probably not watching Druski's show. For two, most people probably know this is a joke, so they're not gonna say, wow, Miss Rachel does this behind the scenes, I'm gonna stop watching Miss Rachel. For three, what would probably damage Miss Rachel's reputation more is if she took someone to court. She's supposed to be nicey and smiley. She's not gonna sit up here and do that. Matter of fact, Miss Rachel probably don't care enough. She probably sitting back counting her dollars. Miss Rachel's show makes cash. But at the end of the day, if a lawsuit were to happen, one of the biggest questions the courts would ask was, honestly, was this skit made out of malice? Was Druski doing this to be mean, or was it all in good fun? It's why SNL doesn't get sued for basically doing the same thing.